For decades, a cure for type 1 diabetes felt like a distant dream. But what if I told you that dream is now a reality for some? Science has delivered a functional cure, and patients are living without daily insulin. This isn't a future hope. It's a real FDA-approved medical procedure happening right now. Today, we'll explore the revolutionary therapy changing lives, meet the patients who've been transformed, and look at the final frontier, a cure for everyone. Before we get to the breakthrough, you have to understand the daily battle. Living with type 1 diabetes is a relentless 24/7 job. Life is run by numbers, the carbs in every bite, the glucose reading from every finger prick, the insulin units needed just to stay alive. It's a constant high-stakes balancing act. Too much insulin causes a dangerous drop in blood sugar, leading to confusion or seizures. Too little, and blood sugar skyrockets, damaging organs over time. This is the moment-to-moment reality for millions. It's the anxiety of not knowing if your blood sugar will crash overnight. The exhaustion from a disease with 0 days off. Modern tools like pumps and monitors are incredible, but they're not a cure. They're a life support system for what has, until now, been a life sentence. The search for a cure has stretched back a century. The core problem in type 1 is simple. The body's immune system mistakenly destroys the insulin-producing beta cells in the pancreas. Without them, the body can't regulate blood sugar. The solution seemed obvious. Why not just replace the lost cells? Scientists tried transplanting the pancreas, and later, just the cell clusters containing beta cells, called islets. But two massive hurdles stood in the way. First, supply. Islet cells had to come from deceased organ donors, an incredibly scarce resource. Second, rejection. The same autoimmune attack that caused the disease would destroy the new cells. Patients needed powerful immunosuppressant drugs for life, which carry their own serious risks, like infections and cancer. For years, this made islet transplantation a risky experimental option with mixed results. The goal was to make it safe and reliable enough to be a standard treatment. Now that moment has arrived. In June 2023, the FDA made a landmark announcement, approving Lantidra, the first ever allogeneic islet cell therapy for type 1 diabetes. This was the green light for a functional cure. So what is Lantidra? It is a purified collection of islet cells from a deceased donor, the very cells a person with type 1 is missing. Think of it as a new insulin factory for the body. The procedure is minimally invasive. The purified cells are slowly infused into a vein in the liver. There they embed themselves and get back to work, sensing glucose levels and releasing the perfect amount of insulin in real time. The clinical trial results that led to approval were stunning. Of 30 participants with severe type 1 diabetes, 21 were able to stop taking insulin for a year or more. 10 of them remained insulin independent for over 5 years. This wasn't just better management. This was freedom. But statistics don't tell the whole story. The real impact is seen in people like Edward Augustin. Diagnosed at age 5, he lived for over 60 years with dangerous blood sugar swings. He suffered from hypoglycemia unawareness, meaning he couldn't feel his blood sugar dropping to deadly levels. In one terrifying case, he became so disoriented he walked into a parked ambulance. His blood sugar was a critically low 10. After a previous experimental transplant gave him 12 insulin-free years, he needed treatment again. On August 26, 2025, he received the newly approved Lantidra. He was home in 24 hours, and within a week, he stopped insulin injections entirely. After 60 years, the needles were gone. In his words, "I can be normal." This is huge. For him, this procedure was a door to freedom that was previously closed. It's crucial to be clear about who this is for right now. Lantidra is a monumental achievement, but it's not yet a cure for everyone. The FDA approved it for adults with brittle diabetes who suffer from repeated severe hypoglycemic events. And there's a big catch. Rejection is still a factor. To prevent their body from attacking the new cells, patients must take immunosuppressant drugs for life, which carry their own risks. For many, it's a worthwhile trade-off. Furthermore, the therapy relies on cells from deceased donors, so supply is extremely limited and cannot be scaled to millions. We have to see Lantidra for what it is, a life-altering functional cure for a specific group, and more importantly, profound proof that cell replacement therapy for diabetes works. If Lantidra is the end of the beginning, what's next? The answer lies in stem cells. Companies like Vertex Pharmaceuticals are pioneering the ultimate solution, taking stem cells and programming them in a lab to become fully functional, insulin-producing islet cells. This breakthrough, called Zunise-Lysol, solves the supply problem by creating a virtually unlimited source. The early clinical trial results are jaw-dropping. In a study of 12 patients, an incredible 10 were able to stop their insulin injections completely at the 1-year mark. A pivotal trial is already underway, with global regulatory submissions expected in 2026. The final hurdle is to engineer these cells to be invisible to the immune system. While one approach to shielding the cells didn't meet its goals, the race is on. Using gene editing, researchers are creating hypoimmune or stealth cells that could be transplanted without needing any anti-rejection drugs. This is the future, an off-the-shelf, unlimited supply of islet cells that restores the body's own insulin production without compromise. That is the true, universal cure science is sprinting towards. We are living in a moment people with diabetes have dreamed of for a century. We've gone from simply managing a disease to, for the first time, functionally curing it with an FDA-approved therapy. Lantidra proved that replacing lost cells is the answer. Now, stem cell technology is on the verge of making that answer available to everyone. The journey has been long, but the finish line is in sight. It is no longer a question of if we will have a universal cure for type 1 diabetes, but when. To stay updated on this incredible story, make sure you subscribe. And if you know someone affected by diabetes, share this video to spread the hope.